What's going on, everybody? It's your boy the Nipton Celestial being back with another video. So yeah, man, we're back. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and go over the sparking tier list here. Now, of course, you got EXs and whatnot. They do make a major factor depending on which one you're using. Everybody's raving about the new ES Gogeta and some other ES units, but we're just gonna go over this sparkings list because they want to really make a difference. So let's go ahead and get to this, man. Like I said, people have different opinions about who's Z, who's S, who's tier 1, who's tier 2. Try to keep it brief on most of these people. You guys already seen them in my showcase of most of my opinions of them. So gotta start with Z tier as the top king of the crop. So Vegeta Blue is here, obviously. He's going to be here regardless. Now, he's going to be up there for a while because his kit is just too good. And he's just a step above, the rest. That's just what it is. And like I said, you guys already know his kit. Even mine, who just on the 2 stars, he does a lot of damage on certain greens and, certain units, when he's fighting them. So it's just hard to fight him if you let him get the offensive. And, it's over normally if you let him get that. So let's go ahead and hop into, you see your boy Kid Goku. That's obviously Zenkai 7. Now, he has to be Zenkai 7 for him to be up here because even through the other ones, he has great attack, but he don't start getting better abilities until you get him to Zenkai 7. Now, mine is only, I think, Zenkai 4. I didn't have a lot of time to deal with it. I don't regret it. It really don't matter. I don't run a playing Satan team, but it would have been great to get him. But hopefully they bring that back. I'll go ahead and get those 3 levels and, get it over with. Now, this is one controversial thing here about me. Namazu, he's here on 3rd. Now, I think he's in between the 2 because he's a little different. Now, a lot of people, they want a decent purple to fight. To me, even on region, when you look down here on S, you have you see Evil 21 down here. Now her kit is a little different from his. He has a special attack and he have other little ability that's gonna give you a little build up if he's out here. Now typically in Legends and skilled PvP, certain units are risky to use on build up because they may not last long. The fights doesn't last that long. Now you got, let's say, Shallot, and then you got let's say Chiku. Chiku's not going to do much damage until he transforms. So a lot of those units who transforms who's not that crazy is like that. So let's go to 21. She's one of them. As you guys see, she's rated S tier here on this list along with the others. And she's a beast. When she transforms, she does even a lot more damage, and her green card give her just get a lot of health back. Now, if I was someone, I would never do this, invest it in the region because I don't really care about the evil villains. It's going to be a hard decision for someone who's going to have to either use the Namazu in 21 or try to have 2 purples in their lineup. So anybody who's getting region this to go around, they have some tough choices. As you guys see also with Mega Shinron, he's region as well, but his kit is more geared towards GT. So even if you want to run him because of all the buffs that he get, you got to think about who they got as red in their list. They got Janemba, they got Kid Buu. Normally those are the top red front runners. Now, to me, depending on what you had, if the stars wasn't high on those, I would go with Omega any time of the day, especially if you got 7-8 star Omega. I would insert him in there ASAP. It is what it is. The switch out may not do well, but the bonuses that he get himself, he's going to be able to kill off some units, paired up with the other region people to complement him, baby and whatnot. So let's go back up here to Z. Like I said, I don't think I would put Namazu up here because with my experience with him, he's almost 6 stars on mine. He's 5. He's pretty great. He got a great kit. He got the cover change. But just because you have a cover change, I don't think I could put you there. Now, I got him. I would say he's an S, like I said, borderline Z, because he do got some anomalies where certain attacks does certain things. Divine Wrath, stop, strike attack. So I wouldn't put him as a pure S because you just can't take over with Zamasu. You just can't. When I see someone like Vegeta Blue and that Kid Goku, they could just take over. And of course, Kid Goku, he has endurance. So he can come back to life after dying if he doesn't get hit, with one of those special moves. So I'll either put 21 up there with him, in the Z category. But most of our kit is kind of basic. They see a lot of people that are caught on the new units. They're stuck on flashiness. That's not going to get the job done. Whether you're able to win, you're going to be able to win. Let's say this LF Super Vegeta, Super Saiyan God right here. This guy right here is pretty good now. He's a beast. Now, depending on what you got him at, I think that's where the people got their scaling at. Most people got LFs. If you got 5, 6 stars, he's gonna be decent. Now, some people have him at 2, 3. You can make some work. Now, certain people who went crazy, they got him at 10. And I think that's why he's up here, because when it comes to his matchups, he's kind of similar to some of these S tier characters, along with some other ones. Just like this yellow man, this yellow Super Vegeta here transforming, he should be a Z if more than that. See, when you talk about these two, when it comes to yellow, let's see him. He's gonna counter certain blues and he's gonna counter certain purples. This guy, his kit is crazy. What he brings to the table, not being even LF, this man's a truth. And he was one of the units I didn't even summon for because I didn't think he was gonna be that great. I didn't even look at the kit. I was busy, and I was trying to save too as well. I wasn't trying to really go on every banner, but even though I still summoned on the banner anyway, and I managed to get 6 movie Broly's anyway, instead of them giving me the yellow Vegeta. So I tried to summon for him anyway, and they just never gave it to him. They kept giving me Broly's. But man, you can argue on a lot of these characters. If you want to put Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta in his own category, a lot of these people are in the same mix where they fall in line from Z to S. And like I said, that'll really fall based on your preference and how you play. Same thing with Trunks, man. He's a pretty great unit. And yes, got a couple things. So let's go through the rest of this list. As you guys know, he's still here. People considered him Z for a while until he came out. I don't think he makes him go down because he's still playable. He's not a blue, so his value is still there. Now I see why they still got him an S, but no, his value is not too much even for Namazu. They got the same cover change, but they have different abilities. To me, this one does more damage, and Namazu can take a little bit more damage than he can. Other than that, when this man gets beat up and he lives, the screen that he gets when he fights back is ridiculous, because he's gonna start doing a lot of damage. He gonna start doing Vegeta Blue type damage once he get damaged and start attacking back, along with the Spirit Sword. So Namazu's Absolution Special is strong as well, but that sword, it kills a lot. See, his special attack doesn't do much on certain units. That Spirit Sword is gonna rip through certain regions. You don't see too many regions out there these days. Now Kevlar, let's go to Kevlar, and that's why I went to this borderline Z to S thing. In even the last meta, Kevlar was a Z compared to Vegeta being up here. Even if you put them against each other, depending on how you play, either one can win. But Kevlar has a crazy kit as well. And she's basically the before Vegeta Blue, she was up there. And Vegeta Blue is basically a Kevlar 2.0. Now, if you don't understand what that is, he basically does the same thing that she did, a lot better, plus more. And I wouldn't even consider him above Kevlar, because Kevlar is pretty strong, especially if you have her kit and her stars up to where you need to be for your team, whether it's I just say fusions anyway. A lot of people don't consider female warriors up there like that because they don't have some definitive people, even though you got 2 very strong female warriors right here in the S tier category. Now, I would rather put her in Z before I put this Vegeta. Because with the blast armor, with this special, she has a special. Her getting infinite combo, I'm telling people is quitting out. With him, people, I don't know if people experience a lot. People say they have with him, they quit out. Every time I face him, he dies. He doesn't survive the night. He's pretty tanky a little bit, depending on what equips you got. But he has never been able to take too many hits from my Kevlar or some other units. So I wouldn't even put him ahead of Kevlar. But I think this is for a preference with certain people. As you can see, you see what this look like right here? Look at this. You see this? This is God Key. And there's a lot of people who run God Key, they're going to strongly feel that this is good. Now, if your main team is not God Key and you're running, let's say, fusions, these two will fit. And some of these down here like Boom Boom and Boom, Omega also fits in that category, but I wouldn't replace him on reds. Fusions is a lot here too. So, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that's going on there. So let's go to the we covered the Z's. Let's go to the S's. Like I said, we got to check some of these out. Omegadum is definitely up there. Like I said, he's borderline Z. Baby is pretty good. That Boo right here, I don't know if this considered Zenkai 1. I want to say 7. I wouldn't put any Zenkai 7 here down here. Zenkai 7 is Z tier regardless. You know, if you got them fully boosted. And you know how to use them. Some people get them, they don't know how to play with them. Of course, Shallot gonna be here. That man does ridiculous damage. It's gonna be crazy once he get his Super Saiyan God. And that's gonna be even worse. God Key gets another boost. Now I can use a God Key team. I can use the fusions. I use a future. I got all the featured units. You know what I mean? So it really don't matter to me. I can use all 3 teams. Now let's go to tier 1 here. So, man, a lot of these people got knocked out because of certain things. So a lot of people says Gotenks got knocked down because of Vegeta Blue. Now, all these people, like I said, hyped on this Vegeta Blue thing. He didn't knock a lot of people out. The impression he knocked out is he filled in the blue that Future desperately need, and he filled in better than the Gogeta for fusions, which was very needed. Now he also, of course, going to take over for God Key because the other Goku's old, but he wasn't that bad anyways. But he just an upgrade. So that's what the people don't like to understand. A lot of teams, Vegeta Blue is coming in. He's been upgraded, except Future. It's a very, very major upgrade. But he may not still be used on those once the new free Trunks come out. He's going to be blue regardless. So whether you're going to run him side by side, or if you're going to run the Trunks over him, if your main team is Future, if you invested in the Zenkai 7 Goku Black. So, depending on what you decided you invested in, is where it's going to benefit you the most for the units. Like I said, I have versatile ways to go with mine, and I don't have any Zenkai 7 units, by the way. I haven't invested in none of them, and I don't intend on doing that. Now, I managed to get the Zenkai 1 units through free means, and that's where it's going to stay at for me. Now, let's go through here with Cooler. I would say he's tier 1 here, but I don't know why. I would suggest this is Zenkai 1. For this, I would not say if he's Zenkai 1, he has to go in the S tier. There's no way this guy. Listen, they told you this guy didn't even need a Zenkai. He already had Blast Arm. He had great attack. With the Zenkai, he has the other abilities that he can give the LOE team. And LOE is still a monster when you fighting Saiyans. Anybody that fight them is going to have matchup problems. Full Power Frieza is here. You have all of them here in this LOE category. So, man, I don't know what people sleeping on. Or even, man, Zenkai 7, Cooler. It's hard to beat that team at the top of the list. Even for myself. You know, I was able to beat him a couple of times with Kevlar. But just him fighting with Cooler and Frieza and, you know, all of them. LOE is a hard team to beat. And a lot of people are forgetting about them because they didn't get a featured unit, this banner. So a lot of people, you watching, they may mention that you know, this unit ain't got this, or this unit, oh, movies is dead, or this team is dead because they didn't get a featured unit. That's not true. If you invested in that team, they can still win. There's no way someone can tell you, well, you got a full kitted LOE team, you can't do it. No, man, you're gonna win a lot. You may lose some if you lose, you know, not play right. But, man, you can win most. You're crazy. It's got a stupid brawler they kept giving me. But he was actually a great unit for movies. And, you know, it wasn't that bad. So let's go back down here and read more, man. You got Frieza, LF, Bojack. It's pretty great. People keep talking about he's irrelevant because of the Vegeta switch. That only applies when it comes to Vegeta Blue's special attack. Who's going to be holding out that long to have the Bojack? It would have been great, but, man, Bojack would get killed before that even happened. Now, let's go to the bottom even more. Man, this guy, no. There's no way he's tier 1. This guy's S tier. I wouldn't say he's Z, he's S, because he's just like Gotenks. Gotenks, right here, when you get them started on the attack, and Gotenks even worse, he start putting the attribute on you to lower your defense, let alone transform to Super Saiyan 3. He has a lot of cards to dish out to get an easy rising rush. Like some of these other units, like Vegeta Blue, man, you can get a. Sometimes I was able to get a rising rush with Vegeta Blue on my first hand because he kept giving me strike cards because he's just faster than everybody else's. Kevlar's maybe the second, and he's right there with Kevlar because the transformation. But other than that, there's no way him and go down here. That cooler is not down there, and of course he's not up there. I think he got the downside is like Gotenks when they de-transform. Hopefully it doesn't get to that. They're not gonna be as much help. That's not how you use them. If you get them in there and you transform and you dish out the damage, it's gonna add up over time. It's gonna show. So I think my Goku here, he's I think 10 stars. So he got the 3 red stars. That man is doing major damage, no matter who I'm fighting, even on neutral units. And when I'm hitting him with the blue card, he's destroying their whole hand. So, like I said, this is a subjective tier list from somebody else. So no matter what you're using or what you have, it's crazy. Like this Frieza down here, he destroys Vegeta Blue. If you got him up to a good level, you got him fully soul boosted. Most greens, like I mentioned, will destroy him. Like I said, with the LOE buffs, he's still a viable unit even though he's old. Man, this Vegeta, man, he's a beast. Now I know they got a lot of beast units in tier 1, and people are gonna argue what's different about them than some of the S tiers. But you can argue for some of the cases down at the bottom. Some of these tier 1 units are S tiers, but I don't think they wanted to put them all in here for them to make it look like it's too many units there. But that Vegeta, man, he carries weight on movies. He's, to me, the best blue unit besides the Zenkai Broly that they came out. And I know some people, they don't even run that Broly. They make it the Broly for the buffs. And the Vegeta is still the front runner, along with the Gohan and the Bojack, if they have them adequate. But let's go to Chiku here, man. Chiku should not be tier 1, regardless. Even if he got to transform like Shallot. As you can see, Shallot up here. He's no different from Shallot, except Shallot, of course, doesn't have any weaknesses. But he's the same. Let alone his kid. He can, almost beat any attack, if not all. If you time it right. If you're just doing it blankly and not paying attention or hitting it, executing, he's going to miss. But there's no way Chiku is tier 1. Chiku is S, regardless. Now, I think a lot of people, because they don't have him or because you don't see much of him like that anymore, if you're not running a full Saiyan team, they don't put him on there because it's not part of the meta in their eyes. If you're running a full fusions, a lot of people are running Fusion Warriors. You got, like I said, Future, God Key. You still got LV going strong and some other ones. You don't really see too many people running a regular Saiyan team or Sun Family. But they can still win. They can still beat God Key. They can still beat, all that. And they're going to have most of the Saiyans anyway. Sun Family and Saiyans, they're going to have all these different Gokus in there anyway. It's just the synergies are going to be different. So it may be a little bit lower. But other than that, they still can win if you got the adequate stars and you got the right setup. So as long as you got the right matchup, you shouldn't have any problems. So a lot of people don't look at it like that. And that's how they go. So let's go to tier 2. This thing goes to an even worse pool here. There's no way some of these units, and like I said, it's just hard for certain people who don't want to fit a lot of units up here. So let's start off with this. Cell is not a tier 2 unit. There's no way. Cell is at least a tier 1. You gotta come up 1. Janemba has to come up 1. This Gogeta, they only put him down here because of Vegeta Blue. Other than that, if you had this card with decent stars, say 10 or 8, man, stats was a beast. There's no way. Listen, these guys are not tier 1. Even with this Skaki team, this whole 4 line right here, They immediately go to tier 1. I would say him go to tier 1. Just Gogeta go to tier 1. All right, so look at some of these down here, man. These are some great units. I'm assuming this Zenkai 1. I would leave him in tier 2 if they're scaling them different like some of these other units. So I decided to leave down here. See, like, man, see, these people age well, man. People not using them because everybody's not pulling LFs. It's just not happening. I'm assuming this Zenkai 1 Goku Black. He's at least a tier 1. I think he's more viable than this Gohan because Hyper Saiyans got shafted. That's just number one. They don't have much. They just got some upgrades with Hyper Saiyans. They got shafted. He's easily a Z tier at Zenkai 7, but I guess Zenkai 1, like I said, you're not going to see him being used. He's going to be a great bench unit, to boost your Saiyans, like I mentioned that Saiyan team. But yeah, that's what he's going to be, bench. But yeah, Goku Black, man, this man is tier 1 at least at Zenkai 1 because his unique ability to kill Saiyans and Hyper Saiyans. He get that buff. He was really lifting up the team for them, and that's why he got the Zenkai, because he was that viable to future before they got all these upgrades. So imagine now they're getting the new Trunks. If you invested in Zenkai 7 Goku Black, or even just a decent one, maybe Zenkai 3 or whatever, you got to deal with them plus Vegeta Blue, plus Namazu, plus Trunks if you want to replace Trunks with him and let him do the buffing. But he can at least be there regardless, whether you deploy him or put him on the bench if you invested in him. Now, mine's at 6 stars. I never got him maxed out, but I got his friendship up. So as soon as I get another copy of him, I'm going to have him Zenkai 1. Like I said, that's all I want. I don't need anything else beyond that. So let's go back down. This is very, very dipping, and this is going to get even worse. Tier 3. This Vegeta right here, there's no way he's down here. He's at least a tier 1 unit. Because you can easily get him to 14 stars because he's free. And, you're going to get him fully soul boosted. So he gets a major jump, just like as you guys seen in, I think, tier 2. Captain Ginyu was here because he's a free unit. But he can go up too, but he's not viable like this one. So let's go with him. So this guy, man, there's no way he should be down here. The way he buff fusions, he's the best bench unit, period. There's no denying that. Now, a lot of people, like I said, they like ES Gogeta because he heals and whatnot, and he got some other attacks. But, man, this man is not beat out from this spot, man. The way he buffing him fully, then he give an extra buff to all the Vegetos. So imagine if you got Vegeta Blue, Transform Vegeta, the yellow one, and LF, Super Vegeta, the purple. They're all getting an additional buff from that Vegeta right here, along with the fusion buffs. So that man is not he's not going away anytime soon. There's no way you're gonna take him off the bench. You're crazy if you do that, just if you want to run a better red unit. But you have better red unit for fusions anyway. You're gonna either run Gotenks, or like I said, if you want to swap in the Gogeta here and there. But he's not the main red unit. So let's go ahead and go back down some. Like I said, Broly got to move up at least Zenkai 1. There's no way he's tier 3. He's at least tier 1 at Zenkai 1, and he's maxed out on his souls. This Broly wasn't that bad. I would bring him at least tier 2. I think this tier 3. Yeah. He's at least a tier 2 unit. Because you can get him all the way up to 14, man. 14, man, makes a lot of difference with these free units. So if you get them, this Broly or that those units that they're giving out, just max them out, man. You'll be able to see their fullest potential. Some of these other units down here, like I said, people have gotten tired of these, and they just keep pushing them down and down. This Broly, no way, man. When this man came out, this man was the beast, and he still aged well. I have a 8-star one, and he's at least tier 2 at most. You can argue, if he's tier 1. But tier 2 at most. There's no way he's down here. A lot of these other units you're going to see a lot that's good for bench, because you're not going to use some of these for any play. Yeah, a lot of these here, man, it's a wrap. A lot of them is not you're not gonna see any of these guys deployed. Tier 5. Okay. Here's the Trunks. He's gonna get the boost. Some of these units not that bad depending on your lineup, but they're not gonna get the job done. Even at high stars, they still won't pull out the W on the real fighter. They're just not. Yeah, they getting real. Oof. I've been playing since the beta, man. I've seen all the units release. I've seen everything come out. I done played everything from day one on up. And, shout out to all the boys who created this list, man. Like I said, people going to have different opinions about the list. But, that's as much as I'm going to have to say about it, man. Certain units are meta on certain teams, but if you use them effectively. But like I said, they can still be stopped. Because like I said, I've all the teams on my list, and I can win pretty much with all of them. Whether it's LOE, Fusions, Guide Key, Future. Just depending on how you use it. But some of these people are busted. So a lot of these people who are in Z through S, you're going to see them the most. And you're going to see these tier 1s here. Also either on bench or they're with them, fighting with them. Because, like I said, a lot of these LFs, they're hard to get. But other than that, man, that's all I got to say about this list, man. I appreciate you guys sitting by. Like I said, I'm just going to give you guys this tier list run. Sorry if I made it too long. But I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.